First, if there is a spaceship, in the spaceship astronaut is present. So when he is present in the spaceship, he will be experiencing the gravitational force of the spaceship. Okay. So when he fell out of this into the space, he fell out from his space into the space, then there will be the gravitational force of the space, but it is very negligible, very small, so that it can be negligible. And in the question they gave that there is no external stars are present. Okay, na, no stars are present nearby, that means no attraction force is from outside. Okay, na. So so externally no force is present. And what is the formula for force? It is mass into acceleration. Mass is what? Constant. If you send this constant to this side, so 0 by anything will be the 0, so then your acceleration will be 0. So no external no acceleration is acting on him. So let's discuss the second question. So in the second question, what they give? A bullet of mass 0.04 kg moving with a speed of 90 meter per second enters a heavy wooden block and is stopped after a distance of 60 centimeters. What is the average resistive force exerted by the block on the bullet? Okay, now here three things they are discussing. Okay, so this is this is the gun, and the bullet is fired from the gun, and it gets entered into the wooden block. Okay, now so this is the wooden block. If this get into the wooden block, so it traveled a distance. So now a bullet came here. Okay, so it traveled how much distance? So they traveled some distance. Value they gave. Okay, now so they gave the value of 60 centimeters. So by what distance it moved into the wooden block? By 60 centimeter it moved. Okay, so what they are saying else? So they are saying bullet. Okay, now so mass of the bullet is 0.04 kg. Okay, and velocity is so initial velocity we can take as u or vi, anything. Okay, so 90 meter per second. So what is the initial velocity? Is 90 meter per second. Enters a heavy wooden block and it has stopped after a distance of 60 centimeter. So it is getting stopped. Stopped means no acceleration. Okay, so no acceleration means velocity getting 0. Finally it is stop. Stop means no velocity. So final velocity is 0, but initial velocity is 90 meter per second. Understood, Anjani? Anjani? So now up to here they gave in the question everything. Now we have to use the equation of motion. Okay, the equation of motion, the formula we have v square minus a square is equal to 2as. Okay, so simply substitute everything here. What will you get? What is the final velocity here? It is 0. Isn't it, Anjani? Substitute and tell me what you are getting, Anjani. What you are getting? Substitute. V value is 0, U value is 90, and 2, A value is not given. Okay, now. But what is the S value? S value is 60. Substitute this and tell me what you are getting. Do this first. Just substitute it and tell me the what is the value you are getting.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, we can do one thing. Okay, now so here we know final velocity, we know initial velocity, we know, and distance also we know, and 2 is the constant. What is the unknown term here? A. So let us write unknown term this side. Okay, now its velocity is getting decreased means acceleration is retarding. Retarding means acceleration is getting decreased. Understood? Then we can say that acceleration is retarding. Okay, so yeah, so here it is v square minus 2s, v square minus us, and here what is remaining? 2s. Let us take to this side, so it is 2s. But what is the final velocity? The bullet gets stopped. Okay, so it is 0 minus u square by 2s. So our retarded isolation is minus u square by 2s. Write this as equation. Tell Anjani.
I got 3 by 4.
Okay, so you got 3 by 4.
Minus 3 by 4. Minus 3 by 4.
Minus 3 by 4. Okay, so let us check this. Your answer is correct or not. So it is minus of u square. What is u square? 9 9 are 81 into okay, so 10 square means 100 by 2 into 60. So 3 2 are okay, so 3 2 are 6 0 and 3 2 are 6 3 7 are 21. Okay, now so it is 27 by 40 into 100. So 0 0 cancel, 4 1 ja, 4 2 ja 8. Okay, now 4 2 ja 8, remaining 2. So 4 5 ja 20. So what we get? 27 into 2.5. So it is 5 4 7 5 ja 35, 5 2 ja 10, 11 12 13, 2 7 ja 14, 2 2 ja 4 5. So it is 5 7 6. So how many points there? Only 1 point. So our point will be after one digit. So it is from the right after one digit. So how did you get that answer? Minus 3 by 4, Anjani?
Forgot to do u square now.
So if you do such thing, then if you know the formula, if you know the procedure, then everything will be wasted, right, Anjani? Okay, so write down this isolated. Okay, now retarding isolation. Write down this.
There you give 81 into 10 square. No, ma'am. Why
80
10 square?
80 means this one. It is, we can write this as 9 into 10 meter per second. And doing the square, 9 square is 81 and 10 square is 10 square. 10 is 10 square.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Now I understood.
So now in the question what they are asking? They are asking what is the average resistive force exerted by the block on the bullet. Okay, now so we need resistive force of the block on the bullet. So we need this one. Resistive force. So what is the formula for force? It is mass into acceleration, isn't it? Completed, Anjani?
Yes, ma'am. Completed everything.
Okay, so what is the mass they gave? 0.04 kg. Substitute here 0.04 into one more thing, there is minus, right? Minus is here, minus minus, since it is retarding. Okay, now so retarding acceleration. So here resistive force. So acceleration is retarding. Minus indicates retardation. Okay, it is decreasing. Okay, so what is the acceleration? It is the 67.5. Okay, now so it is 67.5. So after multiplying this, what you get? Simply multiply by 4 to this one. Okay, now so 67.5 into, I just remove the points. Okay, so 675 into 4 do this. 4 5 are 20, so 4 are 28, 29 30, 6 4 are 24, 25 26 27 27. Now see how many points are there? 1 2 3. So 1 2 3. So we have to put here after 3 digits. Understood, Anjani?
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
So we are getting 2.7. So one more thing, Anjali, do we did something wrong? First thing, before solving the question, we have to check one thing. What we have to check, whether all the terms are in MKS system or not. Okay, MKS means what? Meter, kilogram, second. If all the terms are in MKS system, then only we have to proceed for the question solvation. So here mass. Okay, now so here mass in kilogram, so it is in MKS system, and here Velocity is in meter per second, so meter per second. So it is also in Menke system. But what about this displacement? What is the displacement distance it covered? 60 centimeters. So but we have meters, isn't it, Anjani?
Yes.
So how can we convert this into centimeters? 60 centimeters into meters. How can we convert? So for this one we have to remember one thing. So meter gives how many centimeters, Anjali? 1 meter is equal to how many centimeter?
100 centimeters, ma'am.
Huh? How much?
100 centimeters, ma'am.
So 100 centimeters. Okay now. So we need, okay now, let us take this as 1 centimeter. 60 into 1 is nothing but 60. So let us add 60 into 1 centimeter. Okay now. So take this 100 to this side. Okay now, so take this one to this side. Okay now, 60 into 1 centimeter. So if you send this 100, then what will happen? M by 100 gives 1 centimeter. Understood? Now say this is nothing but 10 square. 100 is nothing but 10 square. Send this 10 square in the denominator to the numerator. So this will become 10 power minus 2 meters gives 1 centimeter. Understood? So put like this. So in the place of 1 centimeter, what we have to write? We have to write 10 power minus 2 meters. So 60 into, what we have to write in the place of 1 centimeter? 10 power minus 2 meters. So 10 power minus 2 meters. Okay, now it is getting, that is the answer. Okay, if you multiply this, then it will become 0.6. Okay, so if you multiply this, you will get 0.6. If you do so, then you have to change everywhere. Do one thing. Okay, so where is S? S in denominator. Where? S in denominator. And here, if you place A isolation, so isolation in the formula isolation S in denominator, and here also in the denominator only, because A is in numerator and S in denominator. So here also S will be in denominator. Just divide it by, okay, now just divide by 10 power how much? Minus 2. Already we have multiplied with 60, isn't it? We have multiplied by 60 here. So just write 10 power minus 2. Okay now. Divide by 10 power minus 2. See here, already I wrote 60. I forgot to convert that centimeter into the meter. Okay now. So just write here 10 power minus 2. 60 I already wrote. Just write 10 power minus 2. So 10 power minus 2. And when it goes to the numerator, then it becomes 10 square into 10 square. And here it will be the 10 square into 10 square. Okay now. So what will be the answer? 2.7 into 10 square, Anjali. So 2.7 into 100. What will be the answer? Anjali, what will be the answer? 2.7 into 100. Now 100 is nothing but 27. Again 27 into 10. It will be the how much?
20, ma'am.
Huh? What will be the answer, Anjali? Here 2.7 into 100. So we can write like this also, into 10 into 10. So this will become 27 and this will become 270. So our resistive force is, and the unit of force is Newton. Okay now, so this is the resistive force and the resultant is 270 Newton. Understood, Anjani?
Yes,
Anjani, are you there? Anjani? Anjani, are you there? So your voice I am not unable to listen. Then how can I ask you questions and how will I listen your voice? Okay now. So next question. So in the next question, the motion of a particle of mass m described by displacement they gave. Find the force acting on the particle. Okay, now so they gave a particle. This is the particle of mass m, and it is described motion. Motion is described by the equation y is equal to ut plus half gt square. Okay, so there is a particle with the mass of that particle is m, and the motion is described by this equation. Now what they are asking, we have to find what is the force on this particle. Okay, now what is the force on this particle? So see here, it is y. We have two formulas, right? For displacement, x is equal to ut plus half at square. Okay, and y is equal to ut plus half gt square. So here this is along x axis and this is along the y axis. Understood? So they gave the equation in the form of y, and gravity is acting on it. Okay, now that means a force. Okay, now so the force will be along y axis. So force will be acting along y axis. Okay, so they are saying half plus gt square. Okay, now so let us first write the formula we have, that is v is equal to u plus gt. Okay, now v is equal to u plus gt. So what we know from that equation, and do you remember this, Anjali? V is equal to u plus gt. This is one of the equation of motion, and we have velocity. What is the formula of velocity? Rate of change of displacement. Okay, now here displacement they give y, so we can write this as dy by dt. And what will be the acceleration? Okay, now dv by dt, isn't it? So acceleration is dv by dt, and this will also can be written as d by dt of, and what is d by dt I wrote, and what is v, it is dy by dt. So right here dy by dt. So d into d, it will be the d square y by dt into dt, it will be the dt square. Understood? So this is the acceleration. Okay, so now, so what is the force formula? It is mass into acceleration. So since it is having force along the y axis, so along downward direction, what will be acting? Weight will be acting. So mass into gravity. Gravity always acts downwards, right? So it is mass into acceleration. So here acceleration is what? Acceleration due to gravity. So this will become force is equal to mg. So they asked this formula. Okay, now so what is the force acting on a particle if it is having motion along y axis? If a particle having motion along y axis, the force is equal to the mg. Understood, Anjani? Anjani, understood this one? Okay. So now let's discuss the fourth question. If you get any doubt, you can stop me and ask me. Okay, now I cannot see the message, right? So you have to unmute yourself and talk to me. Okay, now so next fourth question. A batsman hits back a ball straight in the direction of a bowler without changing its initial speed of 12 meter per second. If the mass of the ball is 0.15 kg, determine the impulse imparted to the ball. We have to find the impulse. First thing, what is impulse? Change in momentum is nothing but the impulse. Okay. So let us first let us draw the diagram. Okay, what you are saying. So there is a person. Okay, now he is holding a bat. Okay, now he is a batsman, and this is the bowler. So first, which one will work? First ball will be thrown, right? So he throws the ball. He throws the ball. Okay, now so this is the direction. And then when ball reaches here, what he will do? Batsman will hit the ball in the opposite direction, isn't it, Anjani? Okay, now when someone throws ball towards you, when you hit it, it goes towards him, isn't it? This is they are saying. Okay, now this is the concept they are saying. A batsman hit a ball straight in the direction of bowler. Okay, now so a batsman hit him hit back a ball straight in the direction of the bowler. Okay, so without changing its initial speed, what they are saying, so by what speed the bowler throw the ball with initial speed, so the batsman hits with the same initial speed. That means no velocity is getting changed. So here velocity, final velocity is also initial velocity only, because they gave no difference. Okay now. So next thing, another thing they gave that this velocity is initial velocity is 12 meter per second. Okay now, and if the mass of the ball is 0.1 kg, so mass of the ball is 0.15 kg, and what they give, determine the impulse to the ball. Determine the impulse to the ball. So from the Newton's second law, what we have the formula, that is force is equal to k into dp by dt. Okay now, so we always take this k constant as 1. Okay now, so this will be equal to the dp by dt. F, okay, when you send this dt to this side, so this will be the f dt is equal to dp. So f dt is nothing but impulse. What is this? This is impulse is equal to change in momentum. Momentum is a vector, right? Why you can say that momentum is vector? What is the momentum formula? It is mass into velocity. Velocity is a vector quantity. This is a scalar quantity. This is vector and this is scalar. When you multiply a vector to the scalar, okay, when they are both, then the answer will always vector only. Okay, now resultant is vector. So this impulse is equal to the vector change in momentum. Okay, in the vector form. Understood, Anjani? So this is they are saying. So change in momentum. So change in momentum, we can write momentum formula is mass into velocity. If momentum they gave, we have to write mass into velocity. If they gave change in moment, impulse is equal to change in momentum, we can write this one also as delta p. Okay now, so delta p we can write this by delta p also. So change we can write sometimes the d or delta. So we can delta. Okay, so delta p. So what is the right delta here? What is the moment? It is mass into velocity. Mass of the ball is not getting changed. It is constant. So in the differentiation we have to take that constant term outside. So this one is m outside, then it is delta v. Understood? So what is change in velocity? Change in velocity is nothing but, so here impulse, what we got, m into delta v. Okay now, so m into delta v, what I told you, Anjali, change in velocity is nothing but final velocity minus initial velocity, v minus u. So what is v? What is v? It is u. Okay now. So Anjali, what you have to do is, you have to take the graph here. So it is x, this is minus x dash. Okay now, so if we take as x axis as positive, then opposite direction as negative. Understood? So here, what is the final velocity? It is going in this positive direction when you compare to this one. So this will be the u minus, in the place of initial velocity, what we have to write? In the place of initial velocity, minus u. Actual initial velocity u, but it is moving towards the negative direction, negative axis. Understood? See here, velocity is not getting changed. We are not changing anything, but final velocity is traveling towards the positive x-axis. So I wrote plus u, but initially velocity is thrown to the direction of minus x-axis. So we can take as minus. Okay now, so minus u. So this will become m into minus and minus. It will be the plus. So it is 2mu impulse. Understood? So this is the 2mu. Now we have the mass value and v value. Okay, now so what is mass? It is 0.15, and what is the u value? It is 12. So 15 2 is 30, isn't it? 15 2 is 30. So right here 0.15 into 2. So this will be the 2 5 okay, 2 15 30. So here after how many points? Point is there after 2 points. So 1 2 we have to put the point here. So it is 0.30. Next we have to do into 12. Into 12. So 12 3 Okay, 12 3 ja is 36 and there is a 0, so 0 left side, right side. Okay now. So 12 30 ja is 360 and now how many points are there after digits? So after 2 digits point is there. So after 2 digits I wrote the point. So answer is 3.60. Okay now. So answer is 3.6. So this is the impulse formula. Now units. What is the unit for impulse? Okay, so here what is there? It is force. Units of force is Newton and this is time. Okay, now so second. Okay, now so what is the formula? It is Newton second. Impulse formula is Newton second. So this is the answer. Understood, Anjani? Anjani? Understood this problem? Anjani, are you there? Okay. Now let us discuss the fifth question. Okay, now so now let us discuss the fifth question. What they gave? Two identical billiard balls strike a wall, strike a rigid wall with the same speed but at different angles and get reflected without changing speed, as shown in the figure 5.6. So they gave the figure 5.6 as this is a rigid wall. This is a rigid ball. A billiard ball is okay now is got hitted in this direction. Okay now, so if billiard ball goes to the direction, after reflecting it will come in the opposite direction only. Okay now, with what they are saying, velocity is not changing, initial velocity and final velocity are same. So let us take the graph here. So it is the x dash and this is the minus x. So initially it is going in this direction, positive direction, and finally it is moving in opposite direction. Okay now, so what is the final velocity they give? Final velocity is nothing but the initial velocity, that is same velocity, but what is happening here? The direction for the final velocity direction changes. Direction in which direction? It is negative x direction, so we have to write minus u. Understood? So this is the first diagram. Second diagram they are saying, so in the question they gave it is the billiard ball is hitting with different angles. So what is the angle here? It is 90 degrees. It is making 90 degrees. Okay now, this is the wall and this is perpendicularly it is going. Okay now, so 90-degree angle is making here. So another question is, okay now, another angle they give. So they did not give the angle. Okay, so do they give the angle? Okay, they gave the angle 30 degrees. Okay now, so they gave the angle 30 degrees. What is the diagram? So it is making 30 degrees at 30 degrees with the wall. So how can we make the 30 degrees? First we have to draw the normal. Normal means the what is the point of contact? This is the point of contact. Through that point of contact we have to make a perpendicular line. What we have to do? We have to make a perpendicular line. With this line it is making 30 degrees and after getting reflected with the same angle, that's why it is 30 degrees. Understood? So initially it is moving with the velocity u and finally also it is moving with the velocity u, but it is going in this direction. After getting the strike to the wall, it gets reflected in the opposite direction, so it is minus u. Okay now, up to here it is clear, Anjani? So now okay, so this is the diagram they gave. This is the diagram they gave in the question. Okay, so from here we can do one thing. What we see here, it is making a triangle. If we extend these lines, if we extend this line, it is if we draw the normal line to that normal, so it is making a triangle. Okay now, so it is making a triangle like this. So in this triangle, okay now, so it is 90 degrees opposite side. What is this? It is hypotenuse. What is this? It is hypotenuse, and 30 degrees opposite is opposite and remaining is adjacent. Okay, now understood, Anjali? So you have to remember 90 degrees opposite side is hypotenuse and 30 degrees opposite side is base. Sorry, opposite. And below one is remaining, the third side is adjacent. Similarly, here there is it is making an angle, two lines are there. We can close this. Okay, now so let us close this one. So it is also making 90 degrees here. Okay, so 90 degree opposite is hypotenuse, angle opposite is opposite one, and this, okay now remaining side is, this is the common side which is adjacent for the both triangles. Okay now, because it is the common line, so it is the adjacent for the both triangles. Understood, engineer, up to here? So now we must know one thing. Okay, what is the sine theta? Opposite by hypotenuse. So what is the opposite side? Let us write for this upper triangle. Okay now, Anjali, for the upper triangle, what is the opposite? So this line. So it is opposite and it is the hypotenuse, right? So hypotenuse. So one thing, what is the hypotenuse here? Opposite side we don't have any value. This opposite side we don't have any value. But hypotenuse do we have? They gave one thing. They gave velocity and they gave the mass. They gave the velocity and they gave the mass. So mass into velocity is nothing but momentum. And this is first we are incidenting this ball with initial velocity. So it is pi. Okay now. So initial velocity. So m is remaining constant, m is not changing, but velocity is ui, initial velocity ui we are taking. Okay, so here what is this? Hypotenuse is mu. Okay, now let us take this mu, hypotenuse. So here sin theta opposite by, opposite we don't know. Okay, so hypotenuse what we got, it is mu. So by this opposite is equal to mu sin theta. Understood? So let us write this, put this in a box. Now let's go for the cos theta. So wait 1 minute, this opposite is equal to mu cos theta. So this opposite we are calculating for this triangle, right? So opposite is equal to mu sin theta. So this side is mu sin theta. Understood? And now see here, this line is parallel to this side. If two lines are parallel, then we can write the same thing. So it is opposite side is mu sin theta. So this will also be the mu sin theta. Understood? Mu sin theta. So opposite side is mu sin theta. Now let us write for cos theta. What is the formula? It is adjacent by hypotenuse. Adjacent by hypotenuse. What is the hypotenuse here? It is same. Hypotenuse same, that is mu. So here write cos theta is equal to adjacent by mu. So this adjacent will become mu cos theta. Understood? What is the adjacent? It is this one. Understood? Adjacent side. We can write this as mu sin theta. So this along x axis it is mu sin theta. Similarly, if you do this, since it is having the same base and angles are same, we can final velocity, right? So for the final velocity, okay, there will be a same change. Though it is having the same base and same angle, but velocities are not. Velocities are same, but directions are different. Here it is in this direction, and here it is in opposite direction. So we cannot write the same formulas. Simple difference will be there. Let us see what is the difference. So this is the formula. So this is for the first one. So first one. Let us write for the second one. So for the second triangle, okay, now what is sin theta? It is opposite by hypotenuse. So here I have hypotenuse. What is this? It is having mass m and it is having velocity u. So it is momentum is equal, final is equal to mu. But final velocity m, we write final means v. Final velocity is v. But here final velocity is minus u. Why minus u? U value is not changing, but it is in opposite direction to the initial one. Okay. So it is minus In the place of u, what you have to write? Minus u. So it is minus mu. Understood, Anjani? So it is p value is minus mu. What is this? This is hypotenuse. Okay, na? So this is the hypotenuse. So opposite by minus mu sin theta. By this you can get opposite is equal to minus mu sin theta. So this is one of the formula. So opposite this one is minus mu sin theta. What is this? Minus mu sin theta minus mu sin theta, because these two lines are parallel to each other. Okay, now let us calculate for cos theta. So cos theta is equal to adjacent by hypotenuse. Okay, now so adjacent is this side. Okay, now so this is the mu sin theta for the earlier question, right? For the upper triangle we got that mu sin
चल
theta.
रहा है, कितने देर से बोल रही हो? चल रहा है वीडियो, बीच में पूछा करो, बात किया करो।
अरे बात कर रही हूँ ना, बात ही नहीं कर रही है।
कितनी देर से पता नहीं बंद है, पता नहीं कैसे इंटरेक्शन करती है।
कैसे इंटरेक्शन करती, वो भी तो उधर से कॉल नहीं की। 45 मिनट का होता है, 2 मिनट हो गया। और भी नहीं बात कर रही है, बात कर रही थी अभी वो भी नहीं बात कर रही है, शांति से बैठी हुई है।
भूल गया क्या?
हाँ।
आ गई हो।
So Anjani, are you there? Can you hear me? Anjani, up to where have you listened? Tell me. Anji, I was explaining. I did not see the scene that it got disconnected. Anjani, are you there? Okay, up to where have you listened? Where class got disconnected? Anjani? So the first one, this one, up to here, have you listened? Up to here? Okay, see, I will do the revision here. So here, we are taking the first upper triangle. Okay, now upper triangle. So they gave this one. So they did not give this line. I draw this. Okay, now. So in way, every vector is a closed one, right? So I am closing with this line. So it is making a right angle triangle because it is a right angle, 90 degrees. So it is making 90 degrees. And here also, if I extend this, it is also making a 90 degrees. So two triangles are there. Okay. So here what they give, we know that this is making 90 degrees with the normal. It is normal, it is perpendicular to each other, so angle is 90 degrees and below is also 90 degrees. Understood? And here the side opposite to hypotenuse, okay, the side opposite to 90 degrees is hypotenuse, the side opposite to the other angle is opposite. Okay, the remaining will be the adjacent. Okay, now so there is the formula sin theta is equal to opposite by hypotenuse. So what is this opposite? We don't know. Okay, now but we know hypotenuse. What is this? When it is having some, the billiard ball is having some mass and it is inserted with the initial velocity u. So that is nothing but the initial momentum. It has some initial momentum, that is mu. Okay. So what is the hypotenuse? So throughout this there is the momentum. So moment hypotenuse is mu. Understood? By this, if you multiply this one, it will become opposite is equal to mu sin theta. Understood, Anjani? So by this one we calculated. So I wrote opposite side is equal to the mu sin theta. So opposite side is this one. So I wrote mu sin theta, and this line is parallel. Both lines are parallel. So we can write same thing. Okay. So this mu sin theta can be written here also. Okay. Mu sin theta. Now we write a formula for the cos theta. The formula is adjacent by hypotenuse. Okay, now adjacent by hypotenuse here. So cos theta, and here hypotenuse. What is the hypotenuse? for the same triangle we are finding. Okay na, so hypotenuse is again mu, so adjacent side is equal to mu cos theta. So what is this adjacent side? It is mu sin theta. Okay na, so I am writing with the in the up triangle, above triangle I am writing it is mu sin theta. Okay na, this is the adjacent side. Okay, so first triangle is completed. Now let's calculate further second question. Second triangle. Here in the question they gave the ball is having the same velocity. Okay, na, same velocity. So in this direction it is thrown and it gets reflected in the opposite direction. That means direction changes. That's what we have to write minus. Okay. So here what is the momentum then? Final velocity is minus u, so it will become minus mu. So same formula. Sin theta is equal to opposite by hypotenuse. What is the hypotenuse here? Final momentum. The ball is going with the final momentum, that is minus mu. In the place of hypotenuse I wrote minus mu. I send this one to this side. So this opposite is equal to minus mu sin theta. Okay now, so now we are going to find out the, okay, so opposite side is equal to minus mu sin theta. I just wrote here opposite side is equal to minus mu sin theta, and this line is perpendicular parallel to that line. Okay now, so we can write the same thing on both sides. Okay, so now here cos theta, the formula is adjacent by hypotenuse. Okay, cos theta formula is adjacent by hypotenuse. What is adjacent here? This side. We don't know adjacent for this triangle. This is the adjacent side for the first triangle. We don't know for the second one. So write here adjacent. And what is the hypotenuse? It is minus mu cos theta. So this unknown term right in the left side is equal to minus mu cos theta. Just multiply this. Okay. So this is the formula. So what is the adjacent side here? It is minus mu. So it is cos theta, right? So minus mu cos theta. Above triangle gets adjacent side as mu cos theta. Below one as minus mu cos theta. Okay now, so this is the, now our diagram gets completed. Up to here it is okay. It is clear, Anjani? Is there any doubt up to here, Anjani? ठीक है, वहाँ से भेज दूंगी. वैसे भी टाइम खत्म ही हो गया है. नहीं, उसमें से कायनाष्टमी काट के डाल दूंगी.
अभी वीडियो बना के उसको तुरंत भेज सकते हैं 5 मिनट, बस छोटा सा 3-4 मिनट का 5 मिनट, और फिर उसके बाद में ऐड कर लेंगे.
नहीं तो अभी एक डिसकंटिन्यूटी हो जाएगी ना यहाँ पे. वहाँ पे ख़त्म हो गया 5 मिनट में, तो इसमें हो जाएगी, फेसेस काट के डाल दूँगी उसको. ठीक है. So up to here we wrote a cos theta and sin theta, everything we wrote. Okay now, so in the question what they said, we have to calculate the direction of the ball, direction of the force on the ball due to each ball. In the second one, the ratio of the magnitudes of the impulses imparted to the ball. So we need the ratios. Okay na, so ratio we need this. ठीक है, रोक देते हैं.